Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. Today we have Rhydon, who is a ground rock type Pokemon, and he kind of looks like a little bit like a rhinoceros slash dinosaur, I guess. You know how most dinosaurs, I say most, some dinosaurs, is it bipedal, standing on 2 feet? But it also kind of does look like, yeah, like the top half of it kind of looks like a rhinoceros, but it kind of moves down into a dinosaur, like a long dinosaur tail. But one of the horns on the rhinoceros actually looks like a drill bit. So I thought, why not make like a little fossicking place where, you can go and pan for some sort of precious mineral gem thing, and then you can like wash it and take it home, and you've done that yourself. Because I've done that before in real life. I did get a little bag of these tiny little I guess gemstones, and I haven't got them like cleaned or anything, so they're very faded. But it was fun. I really did enjoy it because yeah, there's a whole process to it. And I also did in this build a little underground area that I was supposed to turn into a mine, and I've done it before. I've built mines before, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I completely forgot. So it is just a few underground rooms there's not even doors between them, and that is entirely my mistake, my fault, my bad. So yeah, if you do end up downloading the slot to play with it, it is blank and empty underground. But this is also kind of a lot where it's kind of useless. Like, it's not actually a lot that you can use. And I would say a good portion of my lots I would consider useless. Maybe if you're doing is it machinima? If you're doing, one of those Sims movie or TV show type things, maybe you could use it like that. But if you're trying to use it for gameplay, I don't think it's really useful for anything. I don't know, I do quite a lot of builds that are kind of like that, where there's not really a purpose to them, there's not really a usability to them. It's just building for the sake of building. Not for the sake of building, but like I want to do fun, different, weird things. I want to do things that are, unique and interesting and different and not necessarily useful. So yeah, I don't know, I kind of have a bit of fun messing around with doing these random things, I guess. It's definitely, interesting, fun, unique, weird, different, and yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy it, basically. I don't know, it's part of me is a little sad knowing that these builds will not be used, but part of me is like, that's okay. Like, you're building for yourself, you're not building for other people. This build is because you wanted to do this build. This build is because you wanted to build something random like this, and you wanted to kind of test yourself and get some different random weird things going on there. So yeah, I don't know, it's at the end of the day, I think I'm fine with it being different and odd and weird and strange. So yeah, definitely let me know down below your thoughts on useless builds. Do you guys enjoy watching just something really out there and different, or would you prefer I do build things that are a little bit more useful, or like more useful builds than not? Because yeah, I do enjoy doing these random quote-unquote useless builds. It's really fun to just, get in there and do something different and weird, and it's just fun, and I enjoy it, and trying to think of the things that would make sense. It's definitely something I enjoy. But yeah, I also do like building useful builds. I have learnt not to clutter as many counters or squish as much furniture in together, to try and make it a little bit more playable, because yeah, again, I don't want you guys to feel frustrated. Like, I know not everyone's a builder, and some people will just go and download builds for gameplay, and I don't want you guys feeling frustrated that, like, yeah, I could have build something a little bit more useful, and instead I built something like this. So I totally get it. But I still feel like even if everybody says 100% we just want useful builds, there will still be builds out there that I do that are completely useless, because I build for me as well, you know? I'm happy to do more useful builds, but I also want to, like, not get so caught up in... I've done that before. Like, when I first started building, I was constantly thinking about, like, what do people want to see? What do they want? Like, well, I say they. What do you guys want? What do you guys want to see? What sort of builds do you want to see? What sort of builds do you want to download? And that sort of stuff. And I ended up getting really stressed from it, because I was just trying to make sure I made everyone else happy, that I kind of didn't make myself happy. So I'm kind of, at the point where I'm like, you know what, I'll try my best to do things to make other people happy, but at the end of the day, if I'm unhappy, I'm not going to stay focused on doing stuff that makes me unhappy. So yeah, definitely, it's curious and interesting, and somewhat difficult to try and balance the two things, because yeah, I obviously, if I only build for myself, nobody's going to want to see what I'm doing, or whatever, but at the same time, yeah, if I build for everyone else and I don't focus on what I want a little bit more, I'm gonna get burnt out again. So yeah, it's definitely a balancing act. But I personally, I enjoy watching these weird, wacky, and kind of useless builds. I say useless in the sense that, like, yeah, people aren't probably going to use these, but I really, yeah, do enjoy just... They're so fun and weird and different and out there, and I don't know, I feel like if I wanted to go see let's say a cottage, right? I could watch thousands upon thousands of videos, probably, maybe not, but like I could watch a lot of videos on these absolutely gorgeous cottages, and there's a never-ending amount, you know? I never feel like I'm going to run out of them. And that's good, because if that's what you're interested in, you've got it all there. But yeah, if you're looking for something weird and wacky and different, and, you know, I say useless, but absolutely useless, it's definitely something that is not as much out there. So I do enjoy, yeah, creating these kind of weird, fun, different things, and just messing around and having fun with it, really. Like, I don't worry too much about, yeah, again, like the playability and whatnot. But anyway, I could continue rambling and ranting on about that sort of stuff forever, but probably should talk about the build. So yeah, this little table thing that I'm kind of building now is supposed to be, I don't know what it's called, but it's the table, and it's got the wire, and you pour the dirt in it, and you basically just shuffle the dirt around so that all the dirt falls through, but anything of value does not fall through. And yeah, like, that's sometimes I know some people will do it with a thing full of water, and you put you get the dirt onto the tray, you take it to the water, and you kind of shuffle it side to side, and all the dirt should fall through, and anything nice should stay on top. But it's kind of like not a huge pile of dirt, because the huge pile of dirt you do at this first table here, and then you take your little bit of stuff on the tray again, and you take it over to the water so you can kind of clear off the last little bit of dirt. So yeah, I don't know, it was definitely interesting and fun to organize, I guess is the word. Yeah, try and build and put together. But I also did create, you'll see this in a little bit of like a mini river. So maybe the people who work here go down into like the little mine section, which I totally neglected. But that maybe they go down into there and they collect some gems and whatnot, just small ones, small little knickknacks. I say knickknacks, but like, yeah, gems and whatnot. And maybe they come up and they put them in the river so that people don't have to go down into the mines. It's sort of like a safety thing. So yeah, they've got this little pretend river that they've made, so you can go in and scoop out the dirt and, you know, pretend that you are, I don't know, but it's someone who's foraging for gold for their family fortune or something. I don't know, it's fun. It was definitely interesting when I did it. I did it many years ago when I was a kid, and yeah, again, it was interesting and fun and something just a little bit different. So yeah, I definitely recommend giving it a go if you can. If you can't, absolutely understandable. And you know, there's certain places I definitely don't recommend. Like, I don't believe in. I say I don't believe in diamonds, but I don't like the idea of diamonds. I don't like what they stand for. I don't like how they've created or found. And I don't like the whole economic stuff behind it. I don't know. I just personally not a fan of diamonds, but you know, if you were to go to like a small mining town and they had that little area, I definitely recommend it. Mining is big in Australia. It's yeah, absolutely huge in Australia. But there's also like older style towns where everybody acts like they're from 200 years ago. And yeah, that's actually where I ended up doing it, was in a town like that. And it was interesting and curious to see people kind of like, that's their whole career, that's their whole job, is to live like that. I don't think I could do that as a career. Like, it would be fun to pretend for a little bit and whatnot, but yeah, I don't think I could do that as a job every single day. But I think I'd definitely visit again for sure. It was interesting and fun, and you know, I did it as a kid, but I think as an adult I would go in with a different view of actually being like, okay, like this is a part of Australian history and how it came about. And you know, what's very interesting is I noticed that all of the people, I mean, I didn't notice when I was a kid, but I looking back now, all of the people who worked there were European Australian. So again, that's something else to kind of look at. But I've also done camps as a kid, where we visit. I guess the best way to put it is Indigenous education centres, where it's all about learning Indigenous culture and stories and traditions, and you know, learning about boomerangs and painting and dances and you know, like the natural medicine and stuff like that. I think that one's actually, that sort of stuff is way more interesting, because especially the natural medicine, I think it's absolutely important to know, like, that's where medicine started, was out in nature. And sometimes, yeah, like some natural remedies and stuff like that are really good for your body. But we are pretty much at the end of this video here, so definitely let me know down below if you've been fossicking before, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.